Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Opportunities in Sales Pipeline Overview. So today I'm going to show you how to create opportunities in your command and actually how to get all the way through a transaction start to finish in command. Okay, when it comes to your opportunities in the sales pipeline. So first things first, if you're listening to this on recording, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com if you have any questions. And again, if you're here with me live, just like I shared with you guys, you can definitely put those questions in the chat as we go along. Okay, so first things first, let's log into Command. And when you're doing a transaction, you definitely need a platform to get signatures on from your clients, right? So most offices are using DocuSign. Some still use .loop. Just going to show you within your command account how to make sure that those are linked to your command for easy use as we're going through this transaction today. So let's go to the name in the top right hand corner and choose settings from the drop down menu. This is where either your DocuSign or .loop will connect to your command. As you can see here, we already have our DocuSign listed as connected underneath our apps. I'm going to disconnect it so that I can show you how to get it connected if you don't have yours. I do not recommend disconnecting. Don't do what I'm fixing to show you. Okay. Just going to do this so that I can show you how to reconnect it. Also, .loop is here as well. You want that to say in connected status. So we'll scroll down just a little bit because now the DocuSign has moved to where the unconnected apps are right here. See where it says not connected? And to get your DocuSign account connected to Command, you would click Connect Account. This is the screen you will see. This is trying to create a new account. If you do not have a KW DocuSign Rooms account, then you can go ahead and make sure this is the email address you want to use and click Send Registration Email. That email cannot be currently associated with any existing DocuSign accounts for it to work correctly. Let's assume you already have your KW Rooms DocuSign account, and we'll click Log in here. Just make sure, again, this is the email address that your DocuSign account is under. Just letting a few more people in from the waiting room, and click Log in to DocuSign. From here, it will ask you for your password for DocuSign and click Login. Now you notice DocuSign has given us the green banner at the top, or Command did, saying that it's connected, but DocuSign disappeared off our screen. If we scroll back up, it's moved back up underneath the connected app section, and we can see that it's back in connected status. So this way we know that DocuSign is linked to Command so that as we move through this opportunity today, it should make it pretty seamless for you. You definitely want your DocuSign to be linked to the opportunity and start your transaction from Command. I'll show you that today. So now that we've done that, let's go to our Opportunities tab over here on the left. If you're not familiar with the icons, you can click the red square at the top and it will pop out the names for you. So we'll go to Opportunities. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to make sure that it's showing. Well, that's about as close as I can get and it not be distorted for you guys. So here's our Opportunities tab. I'm going to give you a general overview of this dashboard. and then we'll get into how to create your opportunity and move through the pipeline. So if you're on a team, you may see a team tab up here at the top left. I'm going to show today from an individual agent's point of view, a solo agent. So I'm just going to click over onto the individual agents tab right here. And now you can see our pipelines right here on the dashboard. There's a green one that is for listings, red for buyers. And if you go down a little further, you have your leases in purple. And these are the pipelines. See the little arrows pointing to the right? This is showing you the action of an opportunity going through each phase of the pipeline. We'll just scroll back up to show you. We'll use listings as our example today. So you have the first phase in the pipeline for listings, which is cultivate stage. So when you're getting to know your client, right? And it would move to an appointment phase. Then it would become an active phase, like when your listing goes live on the MLS. And then your under contract phase and closed phase. Each phase that you see here on your sales pipeline will show you how many opportunities you have in that phase. You can see that in the colored bubble underneath. And then also the volume of the opportunities you have within that phase and the average time that they have spent in that particular phase. Darcy's asking about dotloop. Yes, you can get electronic signatures using dotloop. Some market centers don't use that anymore. So it just depends on whether your market center still supplies your market center forms to that platform. It may cause you a little more work, is all. But you can definitely use it to get electronic signatures if you want. And so on the sales pipeline, that's what's showing underneath each phase. And then over here on the end of your sales pipeline, you'll see a GCI section. That's your gross commission income. With the gross commission income, it shows you the potential and also the probable. And what it's doing for potential is how much GCI potential you have if all of the opportunities in your listing pipeline actually make it to closing. The probable income is based on the probability of these opportunities actually making it to closing, and based on the percentage of them actually closing, that tells you what is more likely going to be your GCI from these opportunities. We'll touch on probabilities later. Just know that the system is basically taking into account that all your opportunities in the cultivate stage, only a certain percentage of them will actually make it all the way to the closed phase. Okay. You'll see that same thing with your listing pipeline, with the buyer pipeline, and also with leases. So you'll see the pipelines that I was showing you and the GCI information at the end. Just below that, you just have some more visuals of your business. So you have a ratio chart right here to the left that will actually show you how much of your business is listings, how much of it is buyers, and how much of it is made up of leases, just to kind of let you know what you tend to lean towards in your business. And then down below is just a different way of looking at the probable and potential GCI for each parts of your business. On the right, it shows activity for your opportunities. You can view this differently if you want to see just like your listing opportunities. You can see the business started to pick up moving into those summer months. And you can also choose just different, maybe look at buyers, or if you just want to look at all. So you can see the trend in your business with your opportunities. And down at the bottom, if you had any opportunities closing this month, they would also populate down there at the bottom. We don't have any closing dates on our demo account, so we don't have any showing there, but you may see them within your own account. And that's just an overview right here of your opportunities dashboard. Now we can actually jump into one of the tabs at the top. I just want to show you all opportunities. When you have an opportunity and it moves through your sales pipeline, it will stay in this pipeline for up to 30 days after it closes. But after it closes, it will no longer show right here in the pipeline, but you can always find it right here in your All Opportunities tab. So maybe you've archived opportunities, you've closed them, anything like that. You can always come to your All Opportunities tab and use the filter and sort options along the top to actually view all of those opportunities. Some of the headers right here in the columns are also adjustable. If you want to look and sort by close date, you can simply click that and it will put them in the order of the close date for most recent. So just know you can always come here to find any opportunities that you may not be able to locate. Okay. So let's go ahead and create an opportunity. And so I can show you the fields required to do that. The button to create an opportunity is right over here to the top right. Click that. If you're part of different market centers, make sure the market center that this opportunity is for is listed in that top left field. If you have multiple, you can click that and just choose the market center that you want to use underneath it. And then opportunity type, listing, buyer, landlord, or tenant. Today I'm going to choose listing. There's a few aspects of a listing opportunity that a buyer opportunity does not have. So I want to use the listing to actually show you those extra features. And you'll always be the owner of your opportunity if you're a solo agent. If you're on a team, you may see your rainmaker there and your team would show in the top right-hand corner. For client name, you can put your cursor there. Don't panic when it shows no options. You can just start to type your contact's name, and if they are already within your command database, you will see them populate here to choose from, or you can just create the new contact right here by clicking this option. We'll go ahead and choose our guy. You can add a co-seller if you would like. That field will work very similar. You'll just begin typing in the contact's name and choose them from the drop down. And opportunity name, it is a required field. This is an internal opportunity name. It's just for you. It does auto-populate with your contact's name and the type of opportunity it is, but you can always change this later or change it now. Since this is a listing opportunity, we'll just go ahead and make it the address for our particular listing today. And this is just a sample listing that we chose. And then custom tags. If you're familiar at all with tags in your command contact, these are completely different. These are completely separate. It's just a way to label your opportunities. If you ever want to come into your opportunities here and see how many you've done for maybe military or a particular niche that you have in your market, maybe luxury or seniors or anything of the like, first-time home buyers, you can add a tag to this opportunity or multiple tags as just a way to label and keep them organized. And so for this one today, we'll just put a tag on it and say investor or hmm, it's a listing. So let's just go ahead and go with um, military, and maybe we want to add a relocation tag if that's something pertinent. You don't have to add tags. They're just a way for you to be organized if you want to do that. And so next fields, these are not required. You don't need to fill out the estimated closing date or the estimated listing price, but if you have it, you can go ahead and add that in there. Time frame as well, if you have an estimated time frame that you believe this listing will be with you. The opportunity phase is required, and so is the opportunity stage. However, it automatically sets it to the very first phase in our sales pipeline, which is cultivate and the watch stage. We will go over phases and stages in more detail in just a minute, but just know that this auto sets it right here, and you can always come back and change the phase that that opportunity is in. Commission rate is required, so we'll just go ahead and enter that and click create. Now our opportunity is created, and what you're seeing on your screen is what it looks like when you're actually in your opportunity. We're going to deep dive into this today, and I'm going to show you all the tabs and the things that you can do here. But for right now, I'm going to back out to that sales pipeline we were mentioning and show you how to locate an opportunity once you've created it. If you sign out of your command and you come back and you're trying to find the opportunity you made, I want to show you how you can locate those. So let's go ahead and choose Opportunities tab. So we're back at our dashboard. Remember our sales pipelines? We can jump into any of these phases right away and search for those opportunities. Now you do always have that All Opportunities tab if you want to use the search filters through that. But I'm going to show you how to click into your sales pipeline here to look at your opportunities. So I'm just going to click into the Cultivate phase. And you see your phases right here: Cultivate, Appointment, Active, Under Contract, and Closed, like we saw earlier. Underneath that, you'll see the stages. Not to be terribly confusing, but each phase will have stages within them, like the stages for Cultivate right here. You have a watch stage. You're obviously keeping an eye on that particular possibility or opportunity. You begin to nurture it. So we have a nurture stage. And then you have a hot stage where they're getting ready to take action. And your next step is likely to move into the appointment phase where you start to set that appointment with that opportunity. These cards that you're seeing at the bottom, these are your opportunities. Each opportunity will have its own little card. We'll scroll down because our little guy should be in here somewhere that we just created. There he is. So right here, those opportunity cards will show you the name of the opportunity, which happens to be our listing that we added. It will show you the contact's name, the tags that we added as well, sitting at the top. And each opportunity has its own checklist of tasks, which we'll jump into, but that's located on the bottom right-hand corner. Notice it has 6 dots on the left, and every time I put my cursor over it, it turns into the little hand. I can drag and drop my opportunity into different stages just by moving it over, like so. I can also move it into a different phase by just bringing it up and hovering it over the different phase that we want to put it in. So for today, we'll just go ahead and move it up to the active one. I can click on the active phase, and our little guy should be right here. So there's our opportunity. So this is how you can come and view your opportunities. It's just a way to view it. Notice it on the right over here that we have a way to view it in list view and board view. So I'm just going to click over to show you the difference. List view, this is optional for you guys. It will show you the stage, the list of your opportunities. Notice it's kind of adds extra columns for the information, and you would just scroll down for the different stages. So it really is up to you. You still have the ability to grab those 6 dots on the left and drag and drop your opportunities to different phases this way. It's just whatever visually works better for you. Okay. I'm going to go back to the board view so that we can see it here. And now that I've shown you your sales pipeline, how you can click in here, how you can move the opportunity, but also how you can find it as well, let's go ahead and open the opportunity itself, and I'll show you everything within it. So I'm just going to click on the opportunity name, and it brings us back here inside our opportunity. And let's do just a general orientation of the different tabs that are in here to show you. So you'll have a details tab. Notice that this is the information like your contact's name, property information. If you go further down, it will be key dates that are pertaining to this opportunity. Scroll down a little further. You do have a seller worksheet on the right. And on the bottom left, will start being your financial information and just the ownership of this opportunity in general. We'll scroll back up. Right here for the details page, just above it, notice that we have two different links right here. One is for your contact, and we've already linked our contact to this opportunity. You can do this in both a buyer opportunity and a listing opportunity. For listing opportunity, though, you'll notice you can select from the listings on the KWLS and actually link a particular property to your opportunity. This will actually auto-populate information for you over here in your property field. So we'll go ahead and click this and show you how to link a listing to your opportunity. A lot of people get stuck right here because they believe they have to sync their MLS in order to find the listing. While that is a good thing to do, you can usually find it without syncing your MLS. We recommend searching by MLS number right here and going over to the show option and choosing show all listings, not just your listings. Once you've done that, you can enter the MLS number and click search. And your listing should populate. Sometimes you do have to scroll down a little bit. It pulls from a lot of MLSs, so sometimes the numbers are similar. But you can go ahead and select your listing. At the bottom right shows you it's been updated, and now we can see that our property is actually linked to the opportunity up here, and it filled out our property details right here. Okay. So this is your details tab with all the information about your opportunity. The next tab is a marketing tab. This is also something exclusive just to a listing opportunity. Your buyer opportunity will not have this tab. We have a class specifically that goes over opportunity marketing and checklists that does a deep dive into this tab. But essentially know that as your opportunity moves through the different phases from cultivate to appointment to active, this tab automatically updates with suggestions of designs that you can create. There's also shortcuts in here that will help you jump right into a design. It pulls in the listing information for you. It offers the MLS photos at a touch. And you can also go right to paid ad campaigns from here as well. So there's a lot of goodies in here. Just know that what you're seeing on the marketing tab does actually update depending on what phase you have your opportunity in. We'll move over to the documents tab. And this is pretty self-explanatory. This is where we are going to actually find the documents that are required for your market center for a particular type of opportunity, a transaction. This is also how you will get to that third-party signature platform, in our case, DocuSign. We're going to deep dive into this tab in just a second because I want to show you how to get your forms into your opportunity and also how to submit them to your market center. So we'll come right back as we move through the sales pipeline. Right now, I'm just giving you that overview of an opportunity. And so you have just three more tabs right here within your opportunity. You do have your offers and commissions, which we'll jump into today. And you also have a notes tab. If you need to add any internal notes on your opportunity, especially if you're working maybe with an admin or with a team. And then timeline. This kind of shows you the history for your opportunity right here. And you have some filter options if you ever want to come back and just search for a particular activity that may have occurred on your opportunity. Okay. Last but not least, up here on the top right, you do have some options. Every single opportunity has a checklist. We'll click this just to show you. These are tasks associated with your opportunity. Again, we have the opportunities marketing and checklist class that will deep dive into how to create checklists, templates for all of your opportunities so that these to-do lists actually auto-populate with every opportunity and you don't have to recreate the wheel. But just know within your opportunity, if there are certain things that you want to do or accomplish for this particular client, you can always come in here and create a task for yourself, and it will be right here on this checklist with this opportunity. You can even pick which phase that you want that activity to take place in. You can select up here, like we're currently in the active phase. So maybe something that you would do in the active phase for a listing is maybe schedule the photographer for the photos. So we'll just come up here to create task, enter the name. It already has the listing linked, excuse me, the opportunity linked to this task. We'll make sure this task populates in the active phase. It lets you choose the task type. This would be a call. You're going to call the photographer, schedule. Make yourself a description if you need it. There's a place to add a hyperlink, change the priority level. You can even put a calendar due date on this if you would like. And if this is something that maybe it would be a phone call that you're doing to your client every week or something you would want to repeat, you can always choose a repeating option, and this task would auto-populate every time you want it to repeat. So if this was actually something other than calling the photographer and it was something you wanted to do weekly, let's say, this task would auto-populate in your task to-do list every week on a Friday or whenever you would schedule it for you. So we'll go ahead and just create this task. And now it's right here within our opportunity checklist. We can always come in here and mark our tasks complete if we would like. And when you're done looking at your checklist here, you can always click done at the bottom and close it. Those same tasks that are listed on that checklist for this opportunity are also available within your tasks tab over here to the left in command. So when you're looking at your tasks for all of your tasks for all of your command platform, those opportunity tasks will appear over here as well. You don't have to come just into that one opportunity to find that to-do list. Okay. All right. And client updates. Client updates are where your client can receive a daily update email. It's automatic. It comes right out of your command system, so you don't have to create it. And it gives them an update on particular tasks that were completed that have to do with their opportunity. There's several steps to get it set up. So we recommend going and checking out the tech tip video that we have on our YouTube channel for client updates on how to get those set up. It is automatically defaulted to off for every opportunity. So you don't worry, you have to manually turn these on so your client is not getting an automated email that you're not aware of. But let's touch back on our checklist here. See over here where it says client updates. If we had these turned on, then I could come in here and complete my task. And tomorrow, my client would get a summary email that shows that I actually scheduled the photographer so they would know that that task was completed. There's a lot of different options within those client updates. You can make sure that they only get updates on particular tasks that you want them to have. If it's something that's like internal, specific to you that you don't want them to see, they don't have to see that. But it's a really neat feature just to keep your client in the loop and have that automatic touch to them so that they know you're working on their business. I'm going to click done to close the checklist. So just know the client updates live right up here in the top right-hand corner, but there are several steps to get those set up and activated. So definitely recommend the tech tip video before turning those on. Okay. All right. So that is a general overview of what an opportunity is and what tabs are within this. So now I would like to talk to you about the sales pipeline as far as what to do with an opportunity now that you have it created. How do we get from the beginning of the transaction all the way to closing? What steps do you need to do in Command? So now that we have our opportunity created, we would simply come into our opportunity and click on Documents. So the next step is putting that ink on paper, right? Digitally speaking. So right here in your documents, I want to show you how to actually get to your forms to get them signed. So when we come to our Documents tab, on the left-hand side, you may need to choose an actual checklist. What I mean is when I click this, I would see options for checklists. These are different than the tasks we were just talking about. These are lists of documents that you would need for your particular market center for that type of transaction. Some market centers will show a different list for commercial, residential, land, new construction, things like that. And like this market center that you can see here, they only have one list option for a listing opportunity, and that's residential. So it's already pre-selected for us. But 9 out of 10 times when you come into the Documents tab, you will need to select that particular checklist. Every market center is different, so your screen will look different than mine 99% of the time here. But just make sure that you're coming over and choosing a checklist that is specific to your opportunity, whether it's land, new construction, things like that. If it were a buyer opportunity, you would see different buyer lists. Okay. Same with leases. So now that we have our residential list checked, notice that we kind of have three folders here, a listed folder, under contract, and closed. To the right, we can see the different documents that the Market Center is requiring or suggesting for that particular transaction. So when it's listed, you will see the documents that you need or are suggested for getting this property listed. And then under contract, when it does go under contract, once I click on this folder, notice that the documents changed over on the right-hand side. Same for closed, documents change. So we'll start with listed. When we're in the listed stage, we will need to look at these forms and make sure we're getting these signed by our client. Some are required, and you'll see the required label. Some are conditional. And let's scroll down. There it is. Some are optional. You can see them with the yellow label. So it just depends on your market center again, which forms are going to be required, conditional, or optional. Once you have your list selected on the left-hand side, now you would want to start a transaction in order to access those forms and get your signatures. You can choose from DocuSign or dotloop right here from within your opportunity if you have both of those linked. Again, most offices are using DocuSign now, and so that's the one you would choose. But you can simply start a transaction right here, and I'll show you what it actually does. This will create your room within your KW DocuSign account. And a room is just, it's a space. Think of it as a folder within your DocuSign account. It shows you right here. Let me zoom in so it's a little bit bigger for you guys. It will show you the name of your opportunity at the top. And we have documents right here. And this is where you can come and begin adding documents to your particular room and then send them for signatures. You can also edit your forms here as well. We have a DocuSign 101 class that goes through this particular part that will actually bring you in here to DocuSign, show you how to get access to your board forms, your market center forms, how to edit the documents, and how to send them off for signatures. So I'm not going to go into that today. Just know in this portion of the sales pipeline, you will have come in here, edited your forms, and sent them off for signatures. Once you get them back completed from your clients, you would come back over here to your opportunity, and now you can add those forms into your opportunity so you can submit it to your market center for approval. Remember, we're on the listed folder. And so right here to the right, we can add the forms that are pertinent to a listing agreement. There's several ways that you can add forms. You can drag and drop a file from your computer right over here and just hover over this field and it will add that form. If you'll give me just a second here, we'll see if I can get that done for you quickly. I'll just drag and drop a PDF and see if it will drop for us. Nope, it's going to open today. So that is a device issue for me, guys. It's not for you. Just know if you have a PDF, it should work. You should be able to drag and drop it. Give me just one more second and see if I can grab another document for you real quick. All right, we're going to skip this particular part today. Just know you can drag and drop from your computer and it will upload it right here into the opportunity. And so another option is to add a form from DocuSign directly. As long as it's signed within your DocuSign room, you can click on these fields, begin typing the name of the document. And if we had signed documents in that particular DocuSign room we just created, it would auto-populate right here in a menu and you can select that form and it would put it right here for you for submission. You can also choose to attach files from your computer manually, and you would be able to browse your computer to add a particular file. So we'll just click Browse and choose a document and have it added right there. That was the same PDF I tried to drag and drop that wouldn't work, but here it is. So now this is what it looks like once you add that document into your opportunity. It's not submitted to your market center just yet. It just means you have that file added into your opportunity. If you need to change them out, you can always click the three dots to the right and remove it or even print it. Okay. Once you get all of your documents put right here beside each one of their corresponding names, then you're ready to go ahead and submit it to your market center for approval. So for your listing, you would get all your documents here and click Submit to MC right here, this particular button. Okay. Once it's submitted to your market center, it will show the status right here beside it. And you will also get a notification bell up here at the top of your command, either once it's approved or if it's rejected, and it will tell you what you need to work on. Maybe your office sent it back because one of the forms is missing or isn't filled out correctly, but it will let you know in that notification what you need to come and look at. Okay. So once you've submitted your forms for that listing, and it's approved, you've got it on the market, you're just waiting on the right buyer or actively looking for the right buyer for your client, right? You'll get an offer. Once you have an offer for your opportunity, whether your buyer is making the offer or on this particular case, since this is a listing opportunity, an offer has been made to this property, you would come right here to your offers and commissions tab to create that offer within your opportunity. I got a question in the chat. I'm going to read it really quick. Susan, if I uploaded signed hard copies but missed a signature, how do I select my broker for his signatures in DocuSign? That's a great question. So you would want to, if you got hard copies on paper, there is a way to upload that document into your DocuSign room, and then you would send it in an envelope to get whatever signatures you needed on it. and then come back and add it into your opportunity, Susan. If that doesn't answer your question specifically, after class, I can kind of show you that in DocuSign. All right, so under the offers tab, you're welcome. So under the offers tab, you will create a new offer right here. Now, this doesn't replace the actual contract offer that someone has submitted to you. You're simply adding a record of that offer here within your opportunity. So you would click Add New Offer. This field in this page actually may look a little different depending on what market center you are with. This particular market center, what I'm showing you on your screen now is labs. This is in testing, it's in development, and a few market centers have opted in to have this created. So what I'm showing you on my screen is a way to create that new offer. Your screen will have the same fields essentially. It's just laid out a little differently, okay? So it does ask for your offer name. So you can enter anything that you would like there. We'll say first offer. And since we already had our property entered, it automatically adds that information here to this field. I do want to show you how to look up the property though, just in case you did not have the property already linked. You would simply come to select from KWLS and notice this is the same screen we saw from before. If you have already synced your MLS to your command, which means your MLS listings are automatically populating within your command for you, you may see them listed here. But if you have not synced your MLS, you can use the same steps we did before. Select MLS number and go Show Only My Listings and change it to All Listings. You would enter that MLS number. Let me go back and grab mine really quick. Just a second. And hit search KWLS. When your listing comes up, you can kind of eyeball it, make sure that it's the right listing agent, right one, right MLS that your listing is, and click select, and it will automatically add that information in for you as well. From here, you can choose property type, classification, resale or new home, whichever is applicable from the drop-down menu. We'll choose resale. And it will automatically set this to one unit, one sales unit. Coming on down, for seller information, it automatically has your client who you link to this opportunity for a listing opportunity. Same thing if it were a buyer opportunity. It would automatically populate the buyer name for you and you would fill in the seller. So we'll just go ahead and put buyer name and the buyer's agent's representative's name. Notice it's not a required field. You don't have to fill that in if you do not want to. You can choose if they're pre-approved or pre-qualified, whichever, and you can even add a co-buyer if you need to. Then we have our terms and dates section, and you would simply add in the sales price. We'll do a whopping $10 for our demo today. And then for cash, you would choose how much they're paying in cash, and it will automatically update the amount that they're actually going to finance for the offer, for the purchase. You have earnest money that you can list here. So you have earnest amount if you'd like to put in the dollar amount, or earnest percentage if you would prefer to do that. Contract date, simply click the calendar, choose the date, and then choose closing date. You can add any comments that you would like here. And then once you're done, you have two options. You can create the offer, which I'm going to do today because I want to show you what it looks like before you accept it, or you can just straight away create and accept offer. We'll choose create offer so I can show you what the offer page looks like. And this is what it would look like. It's going to give you kind of a preview of the offer you just submitted, gives you the highlights, and then you have an option to accept or reject. If we had multiple offers in here, we can reject one and then accept the one we want. or just go ahead and accept the one that you want, and it will mark the others as rejected. If you need to come in and make any changes, you can always select those three dots and edit that offer or remove it. We'll go ahead and accept the offer for now because after you have the offer and you accept the offer, the next step is to submit a commission request to your market center. Yes, Darcy, you can enter multiple offers. All you'd have to do is create, add new, or hit the button, add new offer right here and create as many as you want. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click accept for this particular offer. And it's going to be a stinker. Remember, I said it was in um, lab phase. So give me just a second. Let me see if I can toggle it over to get it to work. If not, I can quickly go in and create a new one. Okay, so this may be a common error that you guys see. The problem is I used a listing that is not within this market center. Um, so give me just a second. Let's see if I can pull for just this particular market center. Give me just a second. Only my market centers listings. Just gonna grab one and we're gonna go with it. See if it'll work. Save and accept. Yay, it worked. Okay. So rule of thumb there, guys, it has to be a listing that is on an MLS or within your market center's KWLS. So it can't be like I had a listing from Colorado and this market center is in Florida. So that's why I was getting that particular error. Okay. David, if the listing agent is doing the buy side as well, is that a new buyer opportunity? That's a great question. Let me get you some information on that, David, because I don't want to confuse anybody with my answer. But that's a great question. What do you do when you actually handle both sides? So, um, right here, what we're seeing now, still under the offers tab, is your commission request. Now that the offer has been created and accepted, now it's a commission request. So this is what you're viewing here. On the left-hand side is where you can make edits. On the right-hand side is the summary. And so if you need, like if one of these fields were red and you needed to make changes, you can see your edit buttons where you can choose to highlight them and make changes within those fields. Okay. If you make any changes at all, you would just click Save Changes. I'm going to click Cancel to get out of it. And as we come down, you can see the commission information. And this is where you can come in and you see the listing commission right here, but you have options to add a co-broker, add an outside referral, and add another agent. Maybe there's another agent within your market center that you worked with on this. Any one of those options, you would simply click one of these to add them in. Okay. You can even come in to edit your listing commission if you're looking to add a concession or add a bonus. Okay. So you'd come in and adjust those as you need to. Once this looks like you need it to look, you can submit your commission request to your market center right here just by clicking that button. Again, you'll get notifications once that's approved or rejected by your market center. Okay. And so then you would know once it's approved, you have your clear from close for your market center essentially. And then depending on what your market center handles for you, whether you get paid at the table, if there's direct deposit available within your state, those kind of options, you would want to talk to your market center to see how they're handled with your particular staff. So, but then now that your commission request is submitted and it is approved, you would go to closing. After closing, you do want to still come back to your documents tab within your opportunity, assuming you've already done your under contract documents and submitted them to your market center. You would come to your closed folder, upload those documents that are needed, and submit to your Market Center again. So this is the third documents folder you will have submitted for this transaction to your Market Center, plus submitting that commission request to them as well. Okay. So you communicate with your Market Center throughout the entire life of this opportunity by coming through your opportunity in command and submitting it to your Market Center. Okay. And that's it, guys. That is how your opportunity would move through the pipeline, and you would make sure that you're having your documents submitted, your commission requests submitted. Um, One last thing just to touch on, since we're done covering the sales pipeline, is that you can customize that pipeline that I showed you at the beginning. I'm going to go back to the opportunities tab right here so that I can show you from the dashboard. But these particular pipelines that I was showing you, you can personalize them. While the phases stay the same, it will always be the same 5 phases. You can actually, I'm going to click into the sales pipeline. You can customize what stage is underneath each phase by coming up here to stages and checklists. And this is where you can put them in a different order. You can even delete them entirely with the trash can to the right, or you can add another stage. Maybe there's something pertinent to your particular market that you want to include, or just for you in your business. You can come and add a stage, choose the name, whatever you would want it to be, add a probability. What is the probability of an opportunity being in that stage and actually making it all the way to closing? If you're not familiar with the probabilities, I'll show you where the standards are. And you can go ahead and create checklist tasks for that particular stage. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and create a task right here to get leads email. Go ahead and create that task. Get leads mailing address. Whatever tasks you want to create, you can go ahead and create them right here for this particular stage. And then moving forward, anytime you created a new opportunity and they are moved to this stage, those tasks would auto-populate for you in your to-do list. You don't have to keep coming and add them for every single individual opportunity like I showed you before. You can actually create a checklist template that would be applied to the different stages. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now we'll see our new stage listed right here. And you can see our checklist. We have 2 items on our checklist. You can see the other items that were listed here. If I come into these particular checklists and make any changes, like I remove items or maybe add tasks to it, any future opportunities that are created once they come into this particular phase and stage would have those tasks created automatically. So it actually helps you be more consistent in your business because your to-do tasks are already populated for you, ready to go as the opportunity is moving through its lifeline. Okay. All right. So we'll just come back out here. I'm going to go ahead and remove that extra stage by clicking the trash can and just come back out here to opportunities. And that is it for today's class, guys. I'm going to stay a few minutes extra to get the questions answered that are in the chat for you. Again, if you're listening to this on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.